business will not be either. So I dedicated the entire month of October to rewiring myself and catching myself when I was being too critical, or I was telling myself, you're not doing enough, you're behind. And I really focused on where I am today, being present and grateful for where I'm doing. And I've noticed already a shift. I noticed within the first
So
two
awesome.
weeks that there was a shift. So if that's something that you're struggling with in your business, and it's something that not necessarily your mindset, but you feel like things are more in the gray, you're not feeling as maybe as bubbly and poppy about what you're doing every day, come
Hmm.
back to where your mind is. Where are you? What are you thinking about? What are the activities that you're doing? And that would be the last thing that I would add on to that, is what are you doing throughout the day? I also noticed that I was doing things that were more administrative, and I am a creative. I am a
Yeah.
community builder. And so I had so many podcasts that I had to edit. I was doing no recording. So I had no energy that was around me. I was only doing things that I was behind a computer on. And so it's good to have a balance of all the things you need to do as a solopreneur. And that way you will avoid burnout faster. Sorry,
Mm,
you will avoid burnout. You'll avoid burnout is what I'll say,
yes.
because you will be having more of a blend rather than, focusing all of your time on one thing rather than the other.
Well, and especially when it's not in what I call your lane of genius. And I did not
Mm-hmm.
make that up. I definitely stole that from somebody. I'd give them credit if I could remember. But it's like, like you said, and you are very much the creative. So when you're getting bogged down with the minutia of the editing and everything else, that's not where you really thrive.
Exactly.
So understanding, that and what really excites you, where that passion is, and doing more of that, and outsourcing, the other things when possible, is extremely helpful.
Hmm. And when you can't outsource, let's say, you're just getting started and you don't have the funds to do
Hmm.
that, it's really setting yourself up for success of working in your lanes of genius and then blending that in with the things that just have to be done because we all have to do that, but finding that really sweet balance and boundaries, which really
Yes.
helped me. And it's also the mindset game. So me, I was going, okay, yes, I have to edit all these things, but what a blessing. How cool is that I have so many of these things to edit and take it in chunks rather than taking it in like, oh my gosh, I have so many to do. So it's
Yeah.
how we look at things, which can really help shape our perspective of the day.
Absolutely. And Miss Dr. Nikki does do a lot of work in mindset. So if you guys are out there listening and this is intriguing you to any level and you're feeling that little nudge to reach out, make sure you stay tuned to the end where she's going to share how to do that. Um, Another thing I definitely want to ask you, because I know we have a lot of listeners who are women in business, and this can really also be for the individuals who are thinking about starting a business. What would you say are some of the advantages of being a woman in business?
Well, right now, I think it's exploding. I think that there's so much collaboration between women. It's a very inspiring place to be. I have yet to come across women who are uninterested in supporting someone else grow. So it's
Hmm.
a perfect time to reach out to those who may be doing something that you're interested in doing and ask for direction, advice. Because what I'm seeing is that women are really now identifying that there is a lot of room at the top, that there's not just two slots up there, there's a lot of room.
Yes.
And because of that, they're wanting to help each other get there together. So I would really say, create communities, reach out. This is a wonderful time for women to really sit in their power. And there's a lot of support out there to do it.
Which is very much about the feminine, and feminine is very different from being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we all have that feminine energy, which is about collaboration, supporting one another, coming together in community, and realizing that as we do that and as we lift each other up, everybody wins.
Mm-hmm. It's very true. Very, very
Yes.
true.
So good. So, when do you feel most happy or most in flow? And this can be in your life, in business, or in both, if you want to share.
Well, I think we touched on it just a little bit ago, which was having a blend of passions and projects and things, really just kind of in a good state. But overall, it's me feeling good about myself. That's where the whole thing stems from, is even when I'm not perfect, and even when I'm not exactly where I want to be in my mind's eye, but being in acceptance of that and being comfortable in my own skin and trying things and being courageous is when I feel most powerful, because I'm just putting myself out there for me. I'm not putting myself out there for other people. I'm not trying to get likes on a picture. I'm not trying to do things. I'm doing them for myself. So
Yeah.
that feels really, really good. Um, I also feel I'm a high producing person. So I really like productivity. And what I'm shifting currently, it's an everyday process, is shifting what productivity means. And Brene Brown says it best when she says that at the end of the day, we have to look back on our day and really acknowledge and accept that whatever we've done was good enough and
Mm.
was really worthwhile. And whether that was taking Pax to the vet because he was sick, or that was because, or, me having multiple coaching calls that day, you know, it's accepting where I'm at, acknowledging that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. That is when I am in flow, when I am in acceptance of myself.
That beautiful game of being able to receive. It's the doing. So I'm thinking of the masculine and feminine, basically, because masculine is so much more about the movement forward, being productive,
Mm-hmm.
completing items, checking off that to-do list, which I love too, sometimes probably too much, but also being able to sit back and receive and be in acceptance and understand that really we aren't in control of everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
we often like to believe that we are. So it's that beautiful blend of both.
Yep, exactly.
So good. So we have just a little bit of time left here, but one thing that comes to mind, so somebody needs to hear this that's listening, is I really want you to share, if you could, why you think it's so important to invest in yourself and your business. And that could mean through meditating, buying a book, getting a coaching program, anything like that. Why do you think it's so important?
Well, it's funny that you asked me this, especially at this time in my life. Jared and I were just talking about what we're going to do when the baby arrives, in terms of me working and getting help and daycare and a nanny, whatever that looks like. And it came to me that in order for me to be the best mother and the best wife that I can be, is that I'm still fulfilling my own purpose in life.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to tell my son that he can go do anything in the world, I have to be able to do that myself, and I have to keep going and grow.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, investing in yourself in any way, whether, like you said, self-care or spiritual practices, or going to seminars, coaching, going to a coaching seminar, whatever it is so beneficial. And you tune out on day 2 of the seminar, but you may meet some incredible person who then leads you to your next thing. So for
Yes.
me, it's an opportunity for you to either reflect or for you to grow. So reflection can be more on the softer end of things, where we have this time to really settle into our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, how our body's reacting to what we are doing. And then the opposite of that, as you've been saying, the masculine, the productivity side, is we can advance ourselves, because you can't put yourself out there if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not trying, if you're not learning. And like just watching you go through all of the different programs in terms of coaching and investment that you've done, Jillian, has been astounding. I remember you coming back from your very first one and just watching your coaching, your skill set, your technique, and the way that you felt about yourself was outstanding, tremendous. And so, yes. And so investing in yourself is only going to increase your knowledge and your confidence and your network.
Yeah, totally agree. And I'm surprised that I still have to say this, but I know somebody needs to hear it. I don't really believe there is any better investment than the one in yourself because it up levels everything. So share with the people how they can find you, whether they want to follow you or invest with you, if you could quickly for us.
Sure, absolutely. So if anybody's interested in coaching, mindset coaching, or helping your business grow from turning passion into profit, you can reach out to me at NIKKI, NIKKI, at leaderofthepax.com, or follow me on Instagram at leaderofthepax. And that's it.
Thank you. And go check her out, guys. She has so many amazing things that she has going on, and you get to see a really cute puppy as you do that too. So you will absolutely enjoy it. And thank you so much for hanging out with Dr. NIKKI and myself today. My desire, as always, is for each and every single one of you to be living your soul's purpose. Thank you.
Thanks, Jillian.